James was known as a man of unquestionable character, whose life reflected his strong work ethic, kindness, and generosity. From a young age, he believed firmly that success was achieved through hard work and determination. His entrepreneurial spirit led him to build a thriving company from scratch, becoming a community role model of how dedication can transform lives. James was admired not only for his professional achievements, but also for his generosity. He frequently helped friends and neighbors in need, offering not only financial support but also time and advice. This generosity was an extension of his belief that true success lies in positively impacting others' lives. One day, a longtime friend named Paul approached James, seeking help. Paul was going through severe financial struggles and was desperate. James, being a kind-hearted man, didn't hesitate to lend a hand. He hired Paul at his company, giving him a chance to rebuild his life. Paul started in a modest position but quickly stood out. He seemed dedicated and trustworthy, which led James to trust him more over time. Within a few years, Paul was promoted to one of the highest positions in the company. James, confident in Paul's integrity and their long-standing friendship, handed him significant responsibilities. Paul wasn't just an employee to James. He was someone he considered family. As the company flourished, James focused more on expansion and innovation, often sacrificing quality time with his family. He relied entirely on Paul to manage the day-to-day operations, trusting him implicitly. However, what James didn't know was that Paul was using this trust to manipulate documents and make decisions that benefited himself alone. Over time, Paul devised a plan to secure control over the company. One morning, James arrived at his company as usual, only to be stopped by security. Visibly embarrassed, the guards informed him they could no longer let him in. Confused, James demanded an explanation. "Orders," they replied. James, outraged, exclaimed, "Orders? I am the owner of this company." It was then that the devastating truth came to light. Paul had used documents signed by James over the years to transfer ownership of the company to himself. The trust James had so freely given was completely shattered. James tried to fight back. He consulted lawyers, combed through contracts, and even tried appealing to Paul's conscience. But it was no use. The betrayal was so intricately planned that there was no way to undo what had been done. Heartbroken but determined, James decided to let go of the past and move forward. With the little he had left, he started a small business of his own. The early days were tough. James faced countless challenges and uncertainties, but his unwavering spirit and reputation for integrity gradually opened doors for him. Slowly but surely, he rebuilt his life. This time, James made a conscious decision to prioritize his family. He carved out time for his wife and children, savoring dinners, weekends, and simple moments that he had previously missed. Though his new life was simpler, it was filled with joy and meaning. James realized that true wealth wasn't measured by material possessions, but by the love and closeness of family. Meanwhile, Paul began to face the consequences of his actions. Without James's ethical leadership, the company started to crumble. Paul's poor decisions, coupled with mounting debts, led to the business's ultimate collapse. In his desperation, Paul turned to James for help once again. He was broke and pleaded for assistance, hoping to rely on the kindness he had once exploited. James listened patiently to Paul's plea, but knew he couldn't help as he had before. He responded, "Paul, I wish I could help you as I did in the past, but my life is different now. I work alone and have my own responsibilities. I don't have the resources to offer you the kind of help you need." However, James didn't send Paul away empty-handed. He reached into his pocket and handed Paul some cash, saying, "This is all I can do right now. I hope it helps in some way." Paul accepted the gesture with a mix of gratitude and regret, finally understanding the magnitude of the damage he had caused. James continued his new, simpler life, filled with peace and contentment. Although he never rebuilt the empire he once had, he found something far more valuable: the joy of being present for his family and the fulfillment of living with integrity. His story became a beacon of resilience, proving that even in the face of betrayal, one can rise again and discover a new meaningful path. And with that, we've reached the end of this powerful story. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever faced a situation similar to James's experience? How did you handle it? Do you think James made the right decision, or would you have done something differently? Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's start a conversation. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to the channel. Activate the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming stories. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.